On this look, my focus was a skin curated type of glam that had a pop of color, and that's exactly what I did. She has such gorgeous skin. We went for a full glam, so we had to use a full coverage foundation, and who else to do it? None other than the MAC Studio Fix foundation. For the skin prep, I was very specific on what I wanted to do. I asked her what skin type she has, and she said normal skin, but the more I went in with my moisturizer, I got to realize that I think she has normal to dry skin. Now, how did I notice this? I realized that because my moisturizer kept being sunk in by the skin, and I just wasn't getting the glow that I usually get on normal skin. So I knew this is dry skin. So I kept on moisturizing, applying it all over the face, and I take my time every time I'm doing my skin prep. Another thing that I really want to emphasize to you guys is that when you are doing your skin prep, you need to make sure that you are very generous with your products. Do not be stingy. You want your products to go all in. So you see me moisturizing and applying the primer, making sure that everything is well sunk in, the skin is well fed. Now for primer, I went with this grip primer from Cosmetics, which is a hydrating grip primer. I love this primer so much because it hydrates the skin, but it also gives me longevity, which is something that everybody really wants, because at the end of the day, no matter how good the skin prep is, you also want your makeup to last longer. So you will see how many pumps I will put on her face. I really just wanted to make sure that her face is well enriched with that hydration. I also wanted to make sure that the makeup lasts really long, and because I knew I was dealing with dry to normal skin, I also wanted to make sure that I am very secure and I know that my products are not going to go anyway. So I kept massaging it into the skin. But guys, listen, I am super happy at the response that I'm getting regarding the masterclass that's happening in November. The hair girlies are booking for themselves, the makeup girlies, and remember, we have a combo, so you can take both makeup and hair classes, 4 full days, very detailed, very good for upgraders as well as beginners. And like I said in the beginning of the video, we used our MAC Studio Fix foundation to get a full coverage, and I know her freckles are absolutely gorgeous, but because we had a specific look that we were going for, we had to cover them. So here I am just locking in that foundation using my spray. I always make sure to lock in the spray. Now guys, when I want my makeup to last long, I start from the skin prep. Even during the makeup, I ensure that I implement things that will make my makeup to last long. For contour, I used the MAC Studio Fix foundation as well because I really wanted that warm contour, which is like a bronzer effect, and I placed it there with my sponge. And I know my beauty blender is is almost out, but I really love it. I feel like it blends even more the older it gets. And this sounds really funny, but it's so true. But yeah, I'm just using my beauty blender to blend in that foundation in order to bronze up her face. And I really loved the warmth that it was giving. I mean, look at her cheekbones, all snatched and gorgeous and beautiful. For the blush, I used my normal Cindy's palette blush palette, and in that blush it has different shades. So what I do is, the lighter skinned you are, is the lighter the blush shade. So that's exactly what I did, and I placed it on her face and blended it out seamlessly. I like my blush to blend in together with the contour, just to merge them together so that you don't necessarily see harsh lines. Like for instance, you don't want to see where the blush ends or where the contour starts. You really just want to see a seamless blend. So what I do with my glams is, right from the beginning, I blend everything out seamless, and this is very important, to blend your makeup seamlessly from the beginning, because if you have that mindset of, oh, I'm gonna fix it at the end, then you're going to have harsh lines and your makeup is not going to look as good as you want it to. Now for concealing, we went in and used our Kevyn Aucoin concealer. Now this concealer is one of the best concealers in the world. It's also waterproof. It's very good because it does not crease if you blend it correctly. Now remember guys, some people can tell you, oh, I don't like this concealer, it creases my under eye, but sometimes it's the blending technique, it's the effort that you're putting in, the energy that you're putting in when you're blending, and that matters the most. So I'm blending out my concealer on the forehead, making sure that I take my time. It might seem as if I'm very fast, but I'm actually taking my time, and I'm making sure that I do not underblend and I also don't overblend. Now, how do you know that you're over blending? You start seeing patches on the face, or you start losing that coverage. So if you're using your concealers and you really want your under eye to be fully covered with concealer, do not put in too much pressure. Slightly and lightly blend. So I just blended out all the concealer. Oh, guys, at this point, I was just so happy with the skin work. It was giving rich. It was giving demure. It was giving cutesy. And then I went in with my contour. And like I said in my previous videos, we use a specific contour brush in order to get a beautiful nose contour. And we do not want to see those harsh lines. And I also like to use my sponge to set in my powder compared to my brush. I just feel like my sponge gives me a smooth finish, a filtered finish, which is so beautiful. And then for the rest of the face, I was using this big brush that I got from Goddess Dust. Guys, I will always rave about these brushes because they are so beautiful and such good quality. So I was using this brush to place my MAC powder, the mineralized powder, to set the rest of the face, just so that I can match her face to the rest of the body. And you can see me taking my time. I also used this Use and Tones brush, which is angled for the contour. Absolutely love Use and Tones. And then I just kept on going in, bringing some warmth to the face. Now here's a trick. If you want your contour not to look crazy, make sure it's 2 shades darker or 3. It's never 4. That's a professional tip right there. I always got you guys covered. But guys, I just want to emphasize that the tickets for the Johannesburg Masterclass are quickly running out. You need to run. And remember, we have an early bird fee, which means that if you pay between now and the 1st of October, you get to pay only 5,500 Rand. From the 1st of October going forth, you will be paying 6,500 for 4 full days of makeup. If you want to take the combo of hair and makeup, it's gonna cost you 10,000 Rand for early bird, and then is it 11,000 or 12,000? I'll have to double check on the poster, but do get the early bird slot, please. Run, do not walk. Now for this look, we went for a poppy eye color. This was like a purple and a little bit of pink on the. I absolutely loved the outcome. And for the brows, we used my gel to just draw on those brows. I really love fluffy brows. I don't know, there's just something about them. And also, they're very updated. Guys, at the masterclass, we are going to be teaching updated makeup techniques and updated hair techniques. If you want to see what type of hairstyles or hair installations that you guys are going to be taught, you need to go and follow Fortune the Hair Queen on Instagram, TikTok, as well as Facebook. But just look at this beautiful look. I was just super happy. I smoked out the outer corner of the eye, did some lips. I really wanted to go nude. You guys are going to see the final look. I'm also going to put the poster of the masterclass. If you have any inquiries, please do text us on the number in my bio or on the number on the poster. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.